In this presentation, we're going to look at basic matrix operations that we would encounter. Now, here's a list of them here. The first one we're going to deal with is scalar multiplication, which is a very simple type of multiplication. There's another type of multiplication in matrices, in studying matrices, called matrix multiplication, and we're going to deal with that in a separate presentation because it's much more complex than scalar multiplication. We're also going to look at matrix addition and matrix subtraction. So first off, let's look at scalar multiplication. Scalar is simply a number, such as 1 or 2 or 3. It is not a matrix. We're going to use the scalar 2 in this example. So scalar multiplication of this matrix A would look like as follows. So let's say we're going to multiply by 2, 2A. To compute the scalar multiplication, what we do is simply multiply each element of A by the scalar. So in this case, we're going to have 2 by 2, which is 4, minus 1 by 2, which is minus 2, plus 1 by 2, that is 2, and 3 times 2, that gives us 6. That's it. That's scalar multiplication. Very straightforward idea. Again, just to emphasize, very different from matrix multiplication. Very different. The next thing we're going to look at now is matrix addition. So what we have here are two matrices A and B, and what we want to do is add these two matrices together. So we have A plus B, let's say. Now, importantly, the number of rows and the number of columns of both matrices are the same. This matrix A has 2 rows, 2 columns. Matrix B has 2 rows, 2 columns. That's an important point. If they don't have the same dimensions, then some matrix operations are not possible. So to calculate A plus B, what we do is compute each element-wise addition. So we have 2 plus 1, minus 1 plus 0, plus 1 plus 1, so this one here and this one here, and 3 plus 2. And we will get 3, minus 1, 2, and 5. So that is the matrix addition of A and B. What we're going to do now is look at matrix subtraction. So I'm going to go in the direction of A minus B. What we're going to do is something very similar here. For each corresponding pair of elements, we would perform a subtraction. So 2 minus 1, minus 1, minus 0, 1, minus 1, and 3 minus 2, and we will get 1, minus 1, 0, and 1. And that ends our presentation.